Welcome to week 3 of EDU612. This week for your reading, you're going to read Chapter 4 in Stepping Stones as well as page 173. You need to look at the brainstorming ideas part. And then in Curriculum and Context, you're going to read Chapter 3 as well as page 38, the concept mapping piece from Chapter 4. And you're going to read Chapter 5. As well, your scriptures are Ecclesiastes 1 verses 12 through 18 and Ecclesiastes 2 verses 12 through 17. You're going to connect those as well. So complete your reading and then view your halls and complete your quiz for the class. And then for your writing assignments, number 4 focuses on conceptual organizers. So you're going to search the internet for conceptual organizers related to your unit of study. There are a myriad of those, of course. And so you're going to select and submit 3 organizers that you find helpful in identifying essential concepts. So you may need to copy those over or include links if you have to. And then for writing assignment number 5, you're going to include your draft concept. So draft a concept map, go back to the template, draft a concept map for the unit of study you're developing for the curriculum project. You're going to refer to the directions again given in the text and the hall. Those are described in your textbook and discussed in the hall. And you're going to use the evaluation criteria found on the scoring rubric in the appendices of this module. So be sure you read the specific guidance for developing this in the curriculum project guidelines, okay? So scroll down to that piece and be sure you highlight that because you're looking at the concept map for this assignment, okay? And then the curriculum project, of course, you're going to submit the final version of the unit overview. So you've already given me the unit overview and I gave you feedback. If I said it was fine, you got all your points, you can submit it again just like it is. But you're going to submit the final version of the unit overview, okay? Remember that your description should be in narrative format for the final submission. Be sure that this component meets all expectations. Again, if I've given you suggestions, if the hall or the text have said to add something or what it should look like, be sure you've hit all those marks for that, okay? And then for your discussion board this week, you're going to compare and contrast concept maps and answer all those questions here. For instance, the examples of concept maps presented in Chapter 5 of Curriculum and Context. Look at those, look at all those examples and provide textual evidence to support your choice of which ones are most likely categorized as which of the following. So be sure you look at that and you're going to discuss at least 3 key points that teachers must keep in mind in designing an accurate and appropriate concept map for a unit of study. And then for question 2, you're going to discuss the distinction among concepts, principles, and facts, and articulate the role of each in the development of a concept map for a curriculum unit, okay? So be sure you're looking at what a concept map is in your textbook. It's a little bit different than the way we use that term sometimes, so be sure you're familiar with what the textbook is saying about a concept map. Then you're going to explain how principles and facts should be presented in a concept map. So if we go to the end of the module, just to look at our curriculum project a little bit more. If I can find it, here we go. Thinking about which pieces you're turning in. Remember your overview, unit overview is coming in for the final part this week. And what you're doing as a draft is the concept map piece, okay? So here's the description for the concept map. It's a graphic display of the concepts or content for the unit. Content, remember that. The concept map accurately communicates the depth and breadth of the unit that you're going to write about here, as well as the relationship between all the concepts presented in the unit. And a variety of concept maps are included, or can be found in all disciplines, and so in grade levels as well on the internet, so you'll search through those. And so remember that the concept map you create needs to be aligned with the standards. It needs to have at least 3 superordinates, or subordinates, I can't speak today. We'll go with superordinates, that's it. And so then you consider the amount of instruction, so there should be a minimum of 3 units of instruction to cover the number of minutes that are included in this unit, and 2 to 4 levels of subordinate concepts, okay? And there should be approximately 25 concepts represented. And only concepts should be used in the cells on the map. You'll see the map in just a minute. Save your verbs for learner outcomes. And so, again, you can see the example there. So this is what you're going to work on this week. So I'll give you feedback on that map, of course. And so if we come on over to our BlazeNet page, you can look for the concept map here. Here's the template, okay? So download the template and use it. It helps to see the template when you're thinking about the concept map and reading what the description is in the module. I hope we can get it up. I may just go ahead and download it. Here we go. Slowly but surely. Here we go. Apologies for making you wait so long. Obviously you can see my computer's pretty messy at the moment. I think I need to clean it up. It is taking way too long. Here we go. Here's the concept map format. You can click in it and write in it. Then you'll save that and upload it for the assignment. So here's your superordinates, okay, and these are subordinate, I think. So let's not get too technical in the terminology, but understand when you're reading, this is your first line. You should have about 3 of those, and then you should have more underneath. Now, I really thought that there was a good example with this, but I did not notice it in the course schedule. If I do notice a good example of the curriculum map, I will post it for you. I've taught this course before, so I may have an example. I will look into it. I do not see it in the course module, so I'll look and see if I happen to have a, oops, that's the wrong course module anyway. Here we go. I'm just looking to make sure I don't have an example of a curriculum map. No example of a curriculum map, but you have the template. I think you'll be fine, but if I get a chance, I will try to upload an example of a template for you that has already been completed. So that is week 3 in curriculum planning and organization. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Have a good week.